Now today I'm really excited to bring you to the local town of Touvre, and I've come here today because I discovered the most beautiful, exquisite slippers, and they're handmade in a very traditional and yet modern way here in this workshop. And they very kindly agreed to show me around on a Saturday when they're normally closed, and I can't wait to show them to you. So let's go inside and meet the lovely Pierre, who's one of the owners of this business.
Hi Jenny.
Hi Pierre, it's so lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you for having me here. Let me tell you a little bit about how I found your company. So having bought this house in France, we were about half an hour away, and I was researching the history of it. Also generally researching the history of Charente. These Charentais slippers came up.
Absolutely.
And I inevitably came across your website, and I just found them so beautiful and so elegant.
Thank you.
And I just thought that the history of how they came to be was so fascinating. So I would love it if you would
Absolutely.
share it with us.
Yeah, no, great, and thank you, Jenny, for coming. The history of the Charentais, they are the traditional slippers in France, and they're very interesting because they're very old. They initially date back from the 18th century, from fabric, from the army, the navy, initially from Rochefort, and a lot of the scrap was being used for people to wear on their feet. It evolved over the years, and actually in Angoulême you had a very big industry. The paper industry was very, very big back in the 19th century.
Back then they made paper out of cotton?
It was felt.
Felt.
Felt,
So
that's right.
Wool felt.
Correct.
So it was wool felt for the navy capes.
Absolutely,
uniforms,
absolutely.
And for the paper industry.
Absolutely. And we were using felt to dry the paper at the end. But at some point, the felt was completely saturated and couldn't do its work. So it was being used then to make, slippers. And that's the history behind it. So historically, had a big paper industry in Angoulême and also a big slipper industry.
Right.
So it evolved over the years, and obviously we moved away from using, felt from the paper industry. The paper industry is very small today.
Now we use wood pulp, yeah.
That's right. And the felt we use and the leather we use, we evolved. The business really changed, but that's the history behind it.
But wasn't there a king who wanted his servants to be more quiet?
Absolutely. It was used initially, so the first generation, I would call, of the slippers were being used by servants in big houses, and essentially people were wearing them inside the house for two reasons: because it was very quiet, and they were called silencieuses by then, and also they were good because people were cleaning the floorboards. They were polishing the floorboards. That's right. So
you didn't have to hear your servants clonking about.
That's it. That was the older versions.
So that's why they have this particular style of in the sort of old-fashioned.
Correct. Although this style has been redesigned by my business partner Jean-Luc, and you'll see that if you compare that to other slippers Charentais, the design is very, very cut. It's very slick. So it's evolved. It remains the same. Yeah. The spirit is the same, but it's been, I guess it's a younger look.
I love that modern retro feel.
Correct.
You've got it just right, because in the 70s, the sort of tartan
That's right.
very naff and grandfatherly.
Absolutely, and it is the image.
Out of fashion, But you have managed to create the beauty and the elegance of the earlier, the sort of
That's right.
revolutionary style, but modernized it.
Absolutely, and this is the whole DNA of our brand. Is we use the tradition and also the way we make them. It's the traditional method. It's been like that for over 100 years. We have the same machines, but we have a fairly, modern design, and that's the whole spirit of Cha.
And you do them for inside, outside.
Correct. Although, we've got, there you go. We've got two.
Leather with.
So we've got the one in felt, which is the more traditional.
Yes.
We've got about 15 different colors. Obviously, we've got the yellow here, but we do green, blue, red, you name it. And then we've got the leather ones. So either we've got the Napa leather or the velour leather. I'll show you that later. The leather slippers always come with a fur inside. And this is either wool or lamb. So it's...
Very sustainable,
absolutely. Absolutely. We don't only do room shoes or inside shoes. You'll recognize our inside or shoes with that sole.
So is that a bit of latex on the bottom?
So that little bit here it's anti-slippery, but the inside is just how do you call that when it's scrap fabric that is it's recycled.
Oh, recycled.
So it's bed sheets recycled, a little bit of thing. Yeah, so it's very interesting.
So cotton and felt.
That's right. And then you're right, we've got another product which is what we call la parisienne. So we've got la charentaise obviously here. La parisienne is a shoe. So it's similar design. We keep the similar design, absolutely. And it's mounted on a leather sole or on a rubber sole. And that's for the outside.
I love them. And I can see behind you have a little platform one, like a
correct
little wedge.
We've got, so this is the one on the rubber sole. So this is an older model. We've got the new ones. I'll show you after.
A little sportier, or
correct.
if you want a little extra height.
That's right. This is more elegant and
absolutely beautiful. I love them. And do you ever do embossing on the front?
Yes, we can. We can
is that
customize. We do it a lot on those ones. We haven't done it so much on those, but there's no reason why we couldn't do it. But I'll be able to show you a bit of customization on those. You can put your name, a sign. We can do a lot of that. Usually, when you drop us a little note in your order, you say, "Look, can I have a name, something?" We're more than happy to do that. Absolutely, yeah, we do that a lot.
Great. All right. Well, should we have a look around?
Absolutely. Let's do that. No, it's nice. It's a nice area to work. I'll show you first our stockroom, where we have all our fabrics. So all the leathers. So those are the velour leather. So as you see, we've got a lot of coloring. We've got different shades of blue.
It is beautiful.
It is really nice.
I wish I could share the smell with you because it's
fantastic. It's a beautiful smell. We've got the velour leather. We've got the Napa leather, which are very soft. All our leathers are sourced in Europe. We only buy stuff from Italy, Spain, or France.
Right.
Those are, where our suppliers are based. This is Mastroto, which is one of the best, Italian leather suppliers. So we're very happy to work with them. Super good quality stuff. So,
see that
and then we've got the first. So those are the sheep skin, right? It's the actual skin that we put inside. It's not made up wool, it's the actual animal skin that we put inside the shoe.
Yeah, it's so common to find synthetic slippers now, which
that's right.
Has its benefits, but it doesn't breathe so well. I find it just gets kind of sweaty.
So yeah, this is not what we do. We really go get the best stuff for your feet. That's the spirit. And over here we've got all our felts. So we've got a lot of color. As we're saying, green, red, grey, pretty much everything that we have on the website. So yeah.
Wow, look at this purple here. That's very regal.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Gorgeous.
So when we get an order, obviously we pick the color that we need, and then we go to the first machine, which is the big press. They're not on today because the workshop is off.
Right,
it's shut on the weekend, but I'll walk you through the way we usually do it. So we come over here. This is the big press that we use. Big machine. We've got to be careful with it, but essentially we put the fabric, so the felt, we just put it on the board here, and then we're going to go and pick the size of the shoe that we need. So we've got all the sizing here, male and female.
Can you hold one up?
Sure. And then this is, for example, a 42, and this is the shape of the upper of the shoe.
Right.
So we'll put the fabric, well, and then we're going to put it on top of the fabric, and then press it with the press, and then we end up with the upper of the shoe. This is the first step in the shoemaking process.
Wonderful. So do you make each pair to order, or do you have a
From our
stock?
website? Absolutely.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. We don't have much stock. The stock we've got is all here, so it's very little.
Oh, wow.
So we like to work. This is the way we work. We have very tiny quantity of stock, just in case, usually around Christmas, we got a bit more order, but the way we work is we do it, as they come.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you have a handful of shops that sell directly.
Yes.
to public.
So obviously this is our e-shop. We sell directly, or we work with distributors and partners. So we sell in America, in Japan, in Korea, a little bit in Canada and France, obviously. But that's it. We'd like to sell, other parts of the world, but
Okay, well, if you have a shop,
That's
and you
it,
need some
that's it.
beautiful, high-quality stock, you know now where to source
that's
it
it.
from.
Get in touch with us or with Jenny. We'd be happy to do that. And let me show you. I don't have it here. You're probably going to have to cut stuff, but an upper before it is stitched. I probably have some over there. So once we pick it up from the press, it's all flat. It's not been stitched here, but this is the first stitching process that we do on that machine. And essentially what you're going to do, you're going to have to stitch the two sides together, right? So you're starting to get the shape of the slipper, right? And then after that, we're going to add a stitching on the border, all around here. All this is done by hand on this machine here, all around. And we do that so that it gets more strength. This is something new we're doing this year, but it gets a bit more strength, and it will hold a bit better. Once we have done that, we go to the next step, which is to put the leather backstrap, right? And there's a good example here. And the backstrap has got our brand name and our logo, and it's stitched in the back like that. So it's very precise. It's a cat. That's right. We see it up there, but absolutely.
And the TCHA, what does that
So TCHA initially was a group of slipper makers from the area called Toujours Charentaise. So it's the T of Toujours and Char for Charentaise. And then it became a brand and was acquired by my business partner 10 years ago. But
So you just call it Cha.
Cha, and then obviously reminded us of a cat, and there you go. There you go.
Okay. Very nice.
So this is the machine we use, and this is a leather backstrap. Again, it's the beautiful leathers we've seen in the back. This is the same thing. So there's a lot of work on that little piece, and we're going to position it like that. And then we come here, and we stitch it together. Yep.
Wonderful. So these are machines
There you
from
go.
the 60s that are fixed?
So those would be fairly recent. They would be from the 80s. This one is brand new. We bought it a couple of years ago, actually, because at some point you have to have a bit of technology and make it a bit easier for the guys who work here. But there you go. This is when it's finished and perfect, and it's very precise. We don't realize the amount of work there is in them, but that's what we like. So once we've got that, we go to the famous stitch and return machine. This is the traditional machine. Those ones, we don't make them anymore. This is one of the most recent ones. It's from 1982. Most of them are from the 50s and 60s. But that's it. They're not made anymore, but they're extremely robust. There's no electronics in it, so if there's something that breaks, it's usually one little bit. We can.
Like the Volvo engines and
That's it.
sewing machines.
Correct. That's it. So this machine is very interesting. It's not on. It's extremely loud when it's on, but it's fun. So this is what we had before, right? We've got the backstrap, and then This is the saw. Again, I didn't show you that, but maybe we'll go after. The saw is what I was saying before. It's saw recycling essentially of little, I think it's bed sheets from our supplier, and they put that anti-slippery rubber underneath. Yeah. And they come in big rolls. And again, same thing. We're going to go on the press. Right. There's the form, the size, and we cut it out.
Like a cookie cutter.
Exactly. That's it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to stitch it on the inside out. Okay? Essentially, it goes like that. And then we place it on that machine. This is the actual string that we're going to use all around. We place it like that, and then it's held on the machine. And then we have to press on the other pedal, and it's going to start moving forward and stitch all around. So this machine is extremely complex, requires a lot of skills, because there is no guide. Right? Your fingers, the way you feel, how you go on the machine is how you're going to, measure the distance between the saw and the upper. It takes years to
highly skilled.
That's right. This is only a few people in the area can actually use that machine, and that's what makes it, a very interesting product.
So how many slippers can you make in a day?
In a day, it depends. If we go full steam, we probably can go up to 100 and 250 pairs. That would be the max. Again, there are a lot of steps. If we use different colors, and I'm saying, for example, if we had 150 pairs in the same color, yes. That's much easier, obviously. Yeah. If it's different colors, different, fabrics.
How many people are working here in a day?
We are right now in probably about five. Okay, sometimes I'm not here every day, but yeah, about 5.
So it's a real handmade.
That's right. This is extremely
traditional handmade.
You're right in it.
It's beautiful.
That's it.
Beautiful. I love it.
So when it comes out, I'll show you how it looks. It looks a bit funny. It looks like that, right? So this is before you return it. Right. This is the inside, which is out, right? And then we use that device to flip it back over. So this is one that was actually not stitched properly. Okay. But that's why I'm gonna have a go. But essentially, you start from the back of the slipper, like that. You put the front. So you want to be very careful not to actually rip it here. And it happens very often when you start doing. And then you've got your slipper.
Beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very, it takes a long time. It's artisanal, as you would say in French, very much so. But again, this is what we stand for. We're very happy to do that. And, this is what we put forward. It's our tradition, it's the know-how, and you won't get that with other, slippers that you would find in other.
It's just not the same.
That's right. Yeah. Inside of the slipper, you always have a removable insole, which is leather. Mm-hmm. It's also stitched all around on one of those machines. It's extremely comfortable. You can try.
So that's an optional.
No, it always goes in.
Oh, it always
always,
goes in.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen those in any other brand.
No, and this is part of the design. When we redid them, we allowed for us to put that, and it's very good because you can change them, after a couple of years, or if you've got special soles yourself that you want to use, you can put them, replace them. So that makes it so much more comfortable.
Yeah. I bet. Wow. And so you were saying that you can put people's names on?
Yeah, absolutely. For example, here, on this one, we don't see it that well, but you've got Marcel on this one, so we can put the name here, anywhere you want, really. We can put it here. And actually, if we go over there, I think we've got, hold on. So this is inside without the saw, but Elodie, and we can put some, pretty. That's it.
A little bit of bling.
There you go. This is a series we did for Renault, for kids, so that was kind of fun.
That's
yeah. We do work with some companies, and they offer those ones. So it's for Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier is the liquor business in Bourg-Charentes, not far away. And they order every year a number of pairs, but they are personalized with their logo on top, and they give that to either their VIP clients coming over, or when they have staff get together. So we do that. We do that a lot. We do that with Chateau de Versailles. So you would find that one in the shop at the Versailles Castle, right? This is the Roi Soleil.
Yes, I recognize that. I have seen those before.
So we do that, and we're very happy to work on any sort of project like that. So for a logo, it takes a little, back and forth, but it doesn't take too long, and we're happy to do that. Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
showing
Jenny.
me around here. It's absolutely wonderful.
You're welcome.
To see this brand. I absolutely love them. They're traditional, they're modern, they're luxury, yet accessible, useful, beautiful. That's how I like my artwork to be, useful and beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a real pleasure.
Absolutely.
Now, if you are quick, you are very lucky, because you can order a pair of slippers for yourself before Christmas and get a discount code. If you want to know what the discount code is, you have to get in touch with me directly. But thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Pierre.
Absolutely.
Okay. Take care.
Take care. Bye.